Hello and welcome. My name's Craig D'Souza. I'm the CEO of the Creative Industry Association, and today I bring you Sarah Cressall. She is a best-selling author, a speaker, and the founder of Creation Station. Sarah, hello and welcome.
Hi, lovely to be here with you, Craig, and hello to anyone who's watching. So yeah, a little bit about me. I started the Creation Station. It's actually the UK's leading #1 activity experience based on Trustpilot reviews. And I started it because I wanted to really bring in creativity into my 3 children's lives when I had them under the age of 3. Education, all the classes seem to be about following the same rules, and I know that life's not about following the rules. It's about finding your own journey. I was very fortunate to be able to do that. But where that idea came from, it came from back when I was 22 years old. I was privileged to get on Operation Rally. I went to Zimbabwe. I'd been doing a degree in nutrition. I really wanted to make a difference to people's lives. So I went out there. Unfortunately, I damaged my leg and I was on crutches. But I used to make lots of artwork. I did murals out there with a stick and burnt bits of wood to make charcoal. And while I was there, I was offered the job, my ideal job. It was to help local women run their own arts and crafts cooperatives. And I was like, wouldn't that be amazing to support other people to run their own creative business? And so I realized that before I taught anyone else or mentored anyone else, I need to work on my own creativity, on my own business skills. So I went back to London. I resigned from my catering job. I was a catering manager in the city, where I learned huge amounts of finance and business, etc. And I'd worked on spearheading my business and my creative skills. So I did lots of gig work, as we call it now. I sold stuff at Camden Market. I made stuff. I did a 30-foot mural at Charing Cross Station for Greenpeace. I did their 10th anniversary t-shirt design. I was making and doing and really loving my creativity. Things moved on. I carried on doing that. And I got a job as a picture framer. I then ended up teaching people or working with people with head injuries. And I was really bringing this creative experience together to people, because I'd had my own studio and I just found it lonely just being a maker and selling. So I really wanted to make that difference. So I did that. That went really well. I got promoted to a head of art and design and photography to people who had disabilities, young adults. The youngest one there was about 54. So it was all, everyone was young. It was lovely. And I just loved using creativity as a tool for growth, you know, the journey and the joy that you get when you're creative. Then I was lucky enough to marry my husband and have 3 kids. I ended up in a wheelchair for a couple of years, which was obviously quite frustrating.
Wow.
But what I realized was, I know it's really unfortunate, what I realized was I'd go to all of these different classes with the kids and it was all, I'd come away sometimes feeling worse than I did when I got there, you know, and it's stressful being a parent mentally and physically. So I started running these little classes where we'd start off with an idea and what are you going to do with it? And what's really funny now, I started the business in 2002, and now obviously we're all at home working. The room where I'm chatting from, Craig, is the room where I started the classes.
Oh wow!
And, you know, full circle. I know, full circle. 19 years on, it's still got loads of stuff all over it. You know, my kids have grown. I've grown. I have helped people run their own business, and that dream job I had when I was 22. I'm placed now doing exactly what I always wanted to do, which was to support other people to run a creative business that would make a difference to others.
Fantastic. And now, how many? These are franchisee businesses, aren't they? Of Creation Station, is that correct? And how many of those do you have at the moment?
So we have approximately 70. So these are people from all different walks of life. We've got bank managers, stay-at-home mums, teachers, retail managers, people who would consider themselves creative, and also people who would just want to run a successful business, giving them flexibility around their own work-life commitments.
And obviously with that franchisee, you're giving them the support, the community feel, everything that they need to push forward. And I guess that community feel has become stronger over the last 12 months because of everything that's been going on.
Absolutely. It's definitely been, I mean, it's been lovely to see in all sectors and all associations. And I know what you've done, Craig, has been a massive support to creative industries as well. We've pulled together, you know, and it's not about always being positive. It's about finding those positives. And we've been able to help when people are down. We've been able to support them either on a one-to-one call, providing professional counselling if needed, but also having a bit of fun and a laugh. Yesterday we posted about what you're grateful for, and you know the lists of there's a lot of stuff we're all grateful for. The support's been very sort of emotional and also practical. New session plans to go online, our Survive and Thrive manual, how to provide safe craft packs, make sure all the health and safety is covered, how to run professional Zooms, how to promote and sell yourself, a whole range of different types of support. And in fact, our support we've won a lot of awards for our support, but the feedback from how we've helped them in the last 10 months has been phenomenal. You know, it's lovely. I feel I'm really part of a community rather than just leading the community, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, but Frank, I totally get that, especially running the association. Being a part of a community is vital, and it's nice that you're offering that service. So, what's been the kind of the major challenges for you over the last 12 months? Because obviously, I know that businesses have had to change with the landscape being completely different. Had to adapt. What's been the major challenge for you?
Yeah, good question. Like most businesses, we were typically face-to-face for classes, parties and events from 0 to 99. So we do obviously a whole range of different arts and crafts events and school workshops. So we had to move online. That actually wasn't as difficult as we thought it might be, because the whole world was moving online, or certainly the UK was moving online. So we were part of something that was already happening. Our customers liked the fact that they were still supporting us, but we find that some customers had got used to our face-to-face, so they didn't necessarily want the online. So that was an interesting challenge. So we found that it's taken a bit of time for existing customers to look at that change. But what that has meant is we've been able to help a lot more customers. So we've picked up a lot of different customers who we've then got to know. So adapting our program, so we've had to write new session plans, the boxes. Thankfully, we run our own warehouse, so we've got 2 warehouses. I was running it with my 3 lads, bless them. They came back from uni, obviously, and they worked for free running that warehouse, which I'm incredibly grateful for. Yeah, eventually it was worth it. Got some payback. So yeah, that was, what I've learned about myself, I like challenges. It's like, okay, and also talking to the network, what else do you need? So adapting our business. Ironically, that's given us new income streams, which we didn't expect. So our adult crafting across the country, birthday parties, including people around the world. On a personal level, my biggest challenge was the workload. We cut our fees to our franchise owners because we knew that they were struggling, so we cancelled our fees. But my workload was ridiculous. I mean, I work a lot of hours anyway, but it was 5:30, 6 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, working every weekend. That was pretty full on. Thankfully, I have great family support, in terms of mental and physical, and having a laugh, and being in it together. And I guess it was just that whole pressure of my responsibility to make sure this network get through it. And although I wasn't actually doing it alone, I've got, you know, a good head office team, but, you know, I am the leader in this business, and, you know, I take full responsibility for helping people get through. Also, though, our franchisees needed to step up as well. And what I've seen is they have done incredible work to support each other, and they've gone over and above what I expected of them. You know, last year we provided families with 1.2 million families were reached with our content, our free videos, downloads, and our franchisees have also committed a huge amount of time to keep the promise of our mission. Our mission is to bring creativity into all areas of learning, leisure, and life. And collectively, although I have taken responsibility, collectively, it's been a joy to see us move together to, you know, deliver our purpose, which is to make a difference when it's really needed. Because creativity just makes such a big difference to people's lives.
I think, you know, that's one thing that I've been driving home a lot over the years of doing an association and working in the industry, is that I think when people start a business, what's their why? And we all have different reasons of what's the why we're running a business with these and stuff like that. But also I keep reminding people that actually we have a responsibility, because that responsibility is that we're driving inspiration and education and creativity to people, which as a byproduct of that is also giving them hope, joy, and a positive mindset, which I think is a really important thing that people need to understand in this industry, that we're in this industry because actually, yes, we've got to obviously make money and do a good job and everything else, but actually the mindset that we're offering people, especially in times like this, is priceless, absolutely priceless. And giving people things to do is really fundamental, I think, which is a really positive. When anybody asks, why are you doing this? Well, this is what I do. This is what I'm doing. It's to make people happy. And I think that's great to hear. And it's also great to hear that out of the franchisees that you've got people, you've got them going, yes, I want to be a part of this. I want to help. I want to carry on. Because I guess there's a tipping point, isn't there, where they could have all gone, well, that's it. Thank you. I'm gonna sit here and wait for things to get better. But I guess that's testament to you and your team's work of keeping educating them and inspiring them to carry on.
Yeah, and their circumstances are all different as well. You know, some have really struggled. So what was lovely is some of our franchisees have said, so at the moment we're running grand activities for intergenerational sessions, and some of our franchisees said, I can't run that at the moment. So the network have said, well, you list it anyway, and I'll run it for you. Which is lovely, which is so lovely. Yeah. And being part of something bigger than yourself is just magical, really. You know, there are positives there, and I take my hat off to them. I'm really proud of the network. They've really pulled together and getting stronger out of it. There's a great expression, a great phrase where the fisherman sows his nets in the winter, so he's ready for the summer. So we are also very aware of that we're doing the work now, building relationships, helping the community, putting the hard work in now. As we emerge through this, we're going to be the ones that are there to continue to support and help people. And that's quite exciting.
I think that's a really, really great point, and actually quite a good top tip is to do the work now whilst you can, and then it prepares you for what's going to come up. It actually leads me on to my next question: was what would be your top bit of advice? Obviously, you've got a raft of experience and knowledge. What would be your business advice or top tips for people wanting to start up, or even if they wanted to kind of work with you and start a franchise with you and get involved?
Good question. I think start with the end in mind, and the end is always yourself. What ultimately do you personally want to achieve? And I remember reading a book years ago when I was trying to find what I was going to be able to, what was my next path going to be. And I remember the book, it was called The Colour of My Parachute. Sorry, just check my phone's getting answered.
Okay.
It's called The Colour of My Parachute, and it asked me to write down all of the things that I like doing. Just a list of like things, and things also that I didn't like doing. Because to have a no list is really important, because you can end up sliding over to that. So I would identify what ultimately you want the next 5 years, what you want in the next 5 years. And that could be, this is obviously from a personal point of view, and then start looking around what's available. There's a phrase, retacular, RAS, I think it is, where if you buy a red car or a red seat, you'll start to see red cars or red seats. We attract the things that were always there, but we never saw them. And I think once you've identified what it is that you want to achieve, just start to go out and look for them. So a lot of our franchise owners look for control over their working life, that flexibility, being able to work from home, but get out and still make a difference. Some of our franchise owners want to use their creative skills. Some of them wouldn't define themselves as creative, but want to run a successful business that makes a difference. So our franchise owners obviously come from a wide range of backgrounds. So if people do want to find out about running their own creative business, they can download an information pack from our website under franchise, or they can just email me, get in touch, have a chat. We only award it to 2% of people, because it's got to be a match for us, because we're not right for everybody, and people might decide it's not right for them. So we'll always be very honest to people if we think it's a good match, and then we'll explore the options. If companies want to work with us, we do a lot of events. We do a lot of online events. We're doing a live event for CBBS next month, which is cool. We ran festivals. We've done a lot of work for Home Start. We've done corporate events where we say thank you to the customers and also thank you to their staff with these online events and craft boxes. We've been running a Guinness World Record challenge where you have to collage a portrait, which is free to enter. That's on our website, Our Creative Face. But also we can run those as events for people. So I think where there's an inkling of wanting to do something, but not quite sure what, we like coming up with ideas and chatting. We're doing some work for ITV at the moment, but I don't think I can mention that. But we're developing ideas. That's where our real passion is. So hopefully that will help. If not, just drop me an email, and I'm sure I can help with something. Even if it's just chocolate and coffee.
I don't know, even just chocolate and coffee. I can't believe you got served that before the interview started. I'm very, very jealous. I need to get my minions onto it. Well, she's only 8 years old, so that's really difficult for her. But going back onto what you said, all the contact details, if you want to contact Sarah or anybody at Creation Station, all the contact details and links are going to be in the comments below or at the end of this interview on the slide. So please do contact her if you want to. And lastly, last question that I'm asking every expert is words of intent for this year. Now, this is meant to be words of that we want to kind of hang our hat on, so stuff that we want to drive ourselves. Mine is challenge and inspire. I want to challenge myself, challenge getting up in the morning, doing some exercise, challenge the association to be better than what it can be, and always striving to be the best. And then also inspire. I want to make sure that I'm inspiring other businesses, the industry, to be better. So what would be your words of intent?
Very good question, and certainly a question I think I'll be asking our franchise owners as well. I think it is, no, not I think, it is work to be happy. I've ran this business for 19 years, and I love it. I'm passionate about it, and and I've worked for the purpose, for the difference. And although that gives me personal satisfaction, this year I'm working to be happy myself, so that every day I giggle at least once. I've got a new puppy, so I have to giggle because she was playing with a carrot yesterday for like 20 minutes. Like, who knew playing with your food could be that much fun? And I will continue to work hard, but I'm working hard because of something that I've not really done before, is for some personal, focusing a bit more on me being happy. Because life is short, we just don't know what's going to happen. And ultimately, at the end of the day, there are a whole list of things that we are grateful for. And by acknowledging those gratitudes, we can find deep and long-lasting happiness today and for the future.
I think that is fantastic. I love those work to be happy. I think that's fantastic thoughts, and hopefully you'll write that out, and next time we speak to you, we can see that on your wall somewhere. Sarah, I'd like to thank you so much for taking the time to have this interview. I know you are exceptionally busy. I think the only time that we actually get to have a few words is maybe at different events that we see each other at. But I hope that you can join us again, maybe in a couple of months' time, just to see how things are going. And like I said, for the people who are watching, all Sarah's contact details are below in the comments section or at the end of this slide if you'd like to get in contact with her. But once again, Sarah, thank you so much for your time today. You take care. Have a fantastic rest of the next couple of months.
Great, thank you. And thank you for all the work that you're doing to support creative industries across the UK as well.
Thank you very much. You take care.